Hello, everyone. Amber with Social Speak Network, and I am going to show you today how easy it is to create Instagram Stories branded templates. Now, if you have in the past used this Instagram post and try to put that on your stories, you'll see that it's being cut off because the Instagram stories is more like a Pinterest graphic. It's more of a rectangle than a square. So I want to show you how to create those branded templates for your stories. So go into your Canva account and open up, create a design, and click on Pinterest graphic. And this is the right size that the image needs to be for your Instagram stories. And we've talked about branded images before just for Instagram in general. So what I would do is I would look through these templates and look for the ones that say free. Now, if there's one that you love that is one that you need to purchase, that's up to your preference if you want to if you want to purchase that one or not. So I am just going to kind of scroll through here real quick. I really like this one, and I'm looking for, I like this circle because when you do an Instagram story, you will see that you're able to choose kind of that icon, that circular icon, and that's usually more at like the top of the picture. So I may move this up here and then move my content up here. I don't need to have this little anchor. So let's start with this one. Let's get this to those branded colors that I want. So let's just search social media. So again, this picture right now isn't going to matter, but what's going to matter is when I share that story, what do I want that content to be? Then I would create this image. So let's just say, let me type in entrepreneur, and let's just find an image that comes up. Now, one thing to remember is, there are paid and there are free. If you're just wanting to look for the free, click this drop down arrow and click free only, and then that's what will show up. So let's say I want to do this one here. I can just drag this over and it's going to automatically become that background. Okay, so I can then, change this circle to one of my branded colors that I already have in here. I can change this content or this text to another branded color, and I can just have this say, entrepreneur life. Now, obviously, we don't want entrepreneur on two lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to the font that I want, which is also going to be the same on the website and our other branded images. I also don't want this to be all in caps. So there's two things I'm going to do here. I'm going to click onto these double A's so it is smaller, and then that's kind of hard to read. So I may go back up here and I may change it to a different font for this picture. And if I didn't like the spacing between the lettering, I can do two things. I can change this so it's closer together, and then that allows me to make this a little bit larger. So again, this is just creating that first template for your Instagram stories. You're always going to change out this image. This is just a template that you may want to have for one of your stories. Then what I would do is click add new page. I would come back here to layouts, and I would find my second branded image that I would want to use. And maybe it's something like this, and this could be a quote. And I can change this to my colors, and then I can just add in here. Maybe I have this. This is already that play script, so which is exactly what I'm looking for. And I can just put in here quote. So then this image is going to be the quote I want for the week. Now, one thing to think of too is when you're doing your stories and your images, you may want to have your logo on here too. So let's move this up. I'm not a huge fan of all caps. I like it to be, I like it to be lowercase, So what I can do is if I didn't like that, I just deleted that text, and I can actually come over here and add in my subheading, and I can change that color to the color I want. I can make this larger, and then in here I can put, if I can click into the box, quote of the week or day or whatever it may be. So this is what this image would look like, and I want to remember to add my logo. So I can just simply click that here, and then the same thing with up here. I may want to have this showing down here rather than on the circle. So, and I can do that with this too. I can just kind of move it down here where it's a little hidden. And then I would create 4 templates that you can use for your stories. So you click on to add new, and then elements, layouts. And I would keep scrolling through until you found that next one that you liked. And again, you're just looking for templates that resonate with you and your brand. If you are doing a story and you have 4 tips or showcasing products or whatever it may be, even something like this, and we can click on to, just find a business picture, and I want to just show free. I can, or let's do computer. Now I can find an office here. I can use this one, move this. If you double click onto the image, you can move that image over if it's larger. So let's find, let me do this. Let me find an office space, and we can, if I were to use this one and I drag it over until it's there, then I can move this to the point of the photo that I want. So if I just want to keep this like that, I can just click enter, and then it's going to have that image there. Now, I wouldn't recommend this because it's taking away from that computer, and here's my content here. So I may come back into here and find another image that I think would look better. So maybe I do this one instead, and then I can move that. So you can then, change this outside color again to one of your branded colors. You can say this can be, maybe you have an event, so this can say event details. Your website, so we can put, we would put socialspeaknetwork.com. And then what we would do again is just upload our logo to here, and we can have it be in this spot here, or we can drag it down here wherever you want it. So here are 3 templates that have my branded colors, the fonts I'm using on our website and on our other branded images, but these are going to help you to stay consistent with that brand in your stories. If you're not going live, if you're not doing videos, this is just a great way to easily come in. If you're doing a story every day, you can just do one image. You can do, multiple images. So obviously, with the background of these images, original images are great. So maybe you take a picture of, your office or you working, whatever it may be. But just being able to create these templates for you to easily come in and change out, and then all you need to do is download. And what I do is I always save these, so I would do Instagram story templates, and then I would save these, and then what I would do then is I would come into when I'm ready to do my next story to edit these images where it says Instagram story templates. I would just click make a copy, and then what I would do is edit the copy version. So here's entrepreneur life, and then let's just change this picture out to let's do, I think that this is the hardest part, is really figuring out what are those images that you want to use. And this is why I say, obviously, the best is, original images. So as you're out and about, I know it's difficult to, always be thinking, socially, but if you can, really start thinking about, you know, maybe you clean off your desk or you are staging your desk and taking a picture, or have, a child or your husband or wife, snag a couple pictures of you as you're working, stage them so you know what's happening. As you're out networking, snap pictures, if you're, really into nature or an active lifestyle or healthy cooking, or just showing, your family and friends. Utilize those pictures that you've already taken, because that's going to be the best way. So as you make a copy of these, you can just go through, change what you need to change. And then what I do, because I like to, you obviously have to upload them to your phone, is I would just save these, and then I open up the app on my phone and then save them to my phone, so then I can put them into my Instagram story. So again, this is just an easy way to stay true to your brand colors and your brand reputation on Instagram. And it takes 2 seconds. I think the hardest part is just figuring out those, 3 to 5 templates that you want. And you can always change them too. You're not stuck with these 3 to 5 templates forever, but it just helps give you a guideline on, not necessarily a guideline, but just that those templates to help you be consistent, and it's easy to swap out what you need to swap out. We would love to see your branded templates on your stories. Be sure to tag us or mention us in your next Instagram story with your branded templates. Have a good day.